Hey map game enjoyers, it's me, Strategy Games Tepic here, and welcome back to another episode of Victoria 2 A to Z, series where I play all the interesting nations in Victoria 2 from A to Z. Pretty self-explanatory. Now, last episode of Victoria 2 A to Z, I was humiliated brutally in the place called Luxembourg, but today we shall not be humiliated. Today we will pull ourselves up by our bootstraps and play a much stronger country with more potential, Mexico. One thing I like about Mexico is that it has more than one or two states. It's wonderful. And we also have more than one national focus. I don't remember the last time I had more than one national focus. So here's what we got. At the beginning of the game, we're at war with Texas. Don't ask me how I'm going to play Texas when I put it on the list. I don't know how to play Texas. We'll figure that out another day. But yes, we got to go beat them up. We can annex them if we do it quickly. Remember the Alamo, you say? Yes, I will remember the Alamo, actually, as a Mexican victory. Okay, so it turns out the Texas War is actually railroaded. So it looks like we're going to have to either give up or let the Americans join the war. I'm just going to click this button and see what happens. Ah, yes, the Battle of the Alamo has happened. Didn't Santa Anna get captured after the Alamo? I don't remember. Though I think that the way the events have been given to me is incorrect. Okay, we can annex Texas here. I'm very happy to do that. But now we're still at war with the Americans. I don't want to be at war with the Americans, I don't think. I guess I'm going to have to peace out and do Texas acquires Texas. No way, that's even worse than it would have been if I hadn't annexed Texas. What the heck am I doing? I've recorded for 10 minutes and I already have to restart. I've lost my touch, I swear. I blame you, Luxembourg. This time things have gone worse. California has declared independence. What, you don't like me going after Texas? I thought you didn't like Texas, California. It is a miracle of all miracles. We have full siege Texas before the silly event fires where it calls in the Americans. So we're going to accept peace with Texas. We annexed Texas. Let's go. California, you're next. Take that, America. All right, California's gone. I know there's some of you out there rejoicing. We're also going to sign a treaty of peace and friendship between Spain and Mexico. Definitely, I'm not going to come for Cuba later in the game. Aha, foreshadowing. But we're also going to do, where is it? It said I could rename Texas. Yes, these are my Texan names now. Because we recaptured Texas, we get 26 prestige and a bunch of research points. We're almost great power. I'm excited. I honestly think it's kind of ironic that we're gonna bump Spain from great power. That is like the ultimate revenge that we could take. Next up on the warpath is Central America, because they have two of my cores. Now I know the Federal Republic of Central America not looking so good in this time period. I don't care. I'm just gonna make it even worse for them. Don't ask me to apologize. Clearly, the world has recognized my great strength that I have gained from attacking the weak in Texas and the weak in Central America, and they have promoted me to great power. Let's go. You're next, America. I'm going to bump you out, I swear. Get destroyed, Central American Republic. You now mostly just belong to me. That's a lot of territory I just took. Now we're gonna restore Mexican rule over Central America, which actually we can't do that right now because it gives us too much infamy. Oh well, I'm just gonna quietly, preemptively move my troops back into Texas. No reason, America. Just realized that Mexico has not invented hussars yet, and that, don't like that one bit. I think that going to war with the French right now would just weaken me in places that I would rather not be weakened, so I'm gonna give up 10 prestige. I'll give up $50,000. Why not? There you go, France. Hey, why does nobody want to immigrate to my country? Oh, they can't vote, and they don't have rights. You know, I never would have thought that giving people rights would cause more people to immigrate here. You know, I'm just about ready to root for the Jacobin rebels. Yeah, take down my government, please, please. It would appear the conservatives in our government have decided that immigration is something we want. Let's start giving the people rights. I can't really fathom why Russia owns this little tiny bit of Northern California, but I'm gonna buy it off of them. Yes, please. We just purchased 80 Russian people. Hooray! I think I made mistakes. I did not build a big enough army because I forgot what year the Mexican-American War happens in. They're coming for my territory. Let's bring back the 1824 Constitution. It gives more rights to the people and more people might immigrate here. How am I going to beat the Americans in a war? They have 5 whole military tech. I get that. I can't believe I'm restarting the game as Mexico. America, you're a dirty dog, and you got to get out of my life. I actually don't think I can say those things about America. Ron DeSantis will show up and take me out. A little scared of that. Hey, at least I had another run where I got Texas for free. I like that. Okay, so this time I'm gonna do things a little differently. Basically, I only took one state off of the Federal Republic of Central America. The reason for this is if I keep my infamy lower, I can do the button where I core all of Central America, and that should give me free Cassius Bellies on everything in that region. I like that idea a lot. I'm also gonna try and do more military techs before I take on the United States, but I think my main thing is somehow I'm gonna have to levy a larger military, and I don't really have a plan for that. Okay, so here's where my funky Central American plan comes in. Basically, we have achieved great power, we have more than 75 prestige, we have the infamy that we can take. We're going to restore rule over Central America, and we're going to do that by getting cores on all of these regions. Then, all of these nations that just split out of the Federal Republic of Central America, we click them, we declare war on them, restore order. Now we have basically everything we could have gotten within Central America. That's good. Hopefully we'll be able to defeat the Americans this time. It turns out the game also gave me cores on Colombia's Panama, so I'm going to take that too. I also pulled the Mosquito Kingdom from the British Spear, so I'm going in on them too. The Americans declared war on me again. I'm even less prepared than I was last time. This is it shouldn't be this difficult, but for whatever reason, it's this difficult. Well, at least in Texas, we are winning the war. We've stack wiped a couple American divisions. It doesn't do a lot. They still have 68 brigades, but it's a little bit more promising than I've been in the past. Believe it or not, we are winning. The Americans only have a couple brigades left across the country, and they have sieged down a lot of my country. We are at 100% war exhaustion. I don't think that matters that much, though, because we're going to push them back and we're going to win this thing. I've also used this war to pass a plethora of reforms, and we're moving in the right direction on that front. Let's go, Brazil. Help me out. Invade them. Invade them all. You guys remember the Mexican invasion of Oregon? I don't think so, because it didn't happen. But it certainly is fun to do it this way. We're also dominating the American South. Big win. All right, we're going to force them to disarm and pay reparations for us. Awesome. I'm so happy that went my way. We did lose all of our prestige, most of our industry, and some military power, but that doesn't matter. We got to keep our northern territory. So basically, now we get this event called A Peace with the USA, and I haven't clicked it, but it seems like it's the same event that you get when you beat the Mexicans in the Mexican-American War as the Americans. So I think I'm going to have to give up infamy, probably. So basically what we're going to have to do is wait until my infamy goes down a little. Then we'll click this button and get the reward. Look at all those immigrants. Fantastic. So now it's giving me the option to put Santa Anna back in charge? No way! We're going to keep being a democracy so we can keep getting immigrants. We can also do the Belize purchase right now, which the United Kingdom has just ceded us Belize for $50,000. That's a bit overpriced for Belize, but I'm glad it makes our borders look a little bit better. So I took a peek at the event, and it turns out to get the good stuff, I need about 10 infamy or less, so we're gonna wait for about another year and a half, and then we will click the Peace with the USA event. All right, here it is, A Peace with the USA. So this says it's gonna remove the US immigrant boost from the United States. That's really cool. Definitely makes a more level playing field. We're gonna take all the land west of the Mississippi River. That's a lot of territories, but I want them, and they're mine now. Wow. That is beautiful. Canada, I'd be a little scared if I were you. Now we're going to refute Manifest Destiny, which causes America to lose their cores on their territory. We're going to rename Louisiana. Wow, that's a lot of renaming. And we're going to rename Baja California. Wow, I owned half of these territories, but I guess I'm just getting around to renaming them now. Now it's time for the California Gold Rush. Let's get some more people in here. Populate it like crazy. The great thing about this is that we got most of the United States good RGOs. A lot of them aren't here yet because you have to click the Iron Range event to get them, but there's going to be a ton of steel, a ton of coal, a ton of stuff that'll feed the economy over here, and I'm very excited for that. We're also, I think, going to dump the Americans out of great power and replace them? Yeah, we are. Let's go. Some of the renamings make a lot of sense. You've got North Dakota, South Dakota, Montana, yeah, and then you come over here and they've renamed Washington Guadalupe. Why? Oh, and Oregon just gets to stay Oregon, I guess. Okay, here we go. We're great power again. We've been bombarded with this event, the Reform War. I think people are going to become independent, and I think we're going to have to beat them up. But we're going to defend the Constitution because we definitely need the immigrants. Well, shoot, there goes my military. Didn't need them anyway, I guess. This is really annoying. We just dropped from great power because of this stupid civil war. Whatever. Of all the places we could have moved our capital, why northern Texas? I don't like northern Texas. All right, we're going to peace out with these rebels. Now we have united the nation again. We will have great prosperity moving forward, and we might even take more land off the Americans. I make no promises. After a civil war, there's only one action that we should take, and that's pouring ridiculous amounts of money into the country. We will become a major industrial power. Our literacy is almost there. Don't doubt us. Oh no, not again. That yellow thing is going to form from the Luxembourg video because the Austrians won the Brothers' War. I swear, I have to play Austria at some point. Austria just imploded on itself, and it's absolutely scarring to the eyes. But now I guess there's no great power in Central Europe. That is so weird and strange. All this stuff is still in the Austrian sphere, but I don't know what the heck is going on. If a Germany forms this game, I will be tremendously surprised and a little bit scared because I feel like it'll form big or it won't form at all. We're going to proclaim ourselves the protector of the Hispanic Caribbean, which should give us cores on just a ton of stuff in the Caribbean. Forced education. I like the sound of that. We'll do that. And yeah, that's what we get when we become great power again. I really never want to drop from great power again. It's happened way too many times this game, and I'm just about done with it. We own Minnesota. How can we not be a great power? Dilute. America is like a giant squid, and they have their hands all over the Caribbean and Central America. As you can see here, I want to take El Salvador, but the United States speared El Salvador. I want to take Haiti, but the United States speared Haiti. How do I beat the United States, guys? The Iron Range is typically the American event where you get a bunch of better RGOs within the American West. Now they're going to be our better RGOs. Long live Mexico. Honestly, the American West has some of the best RGOs in the entire game. Like, look at Nevada. It is literally just iron. Nothing else. The game really must want me to dunk on Spain because they gave me this event, Conquer the Philippines, and that gives me cores on all of the Philippines. I never really wanted the Philippines, but since you gave me the cores, I guess? In my quest to reunite all of the Spanish colonies, I happened to notice that America currently owns Florida. Florida was formerly a Spanish colony, so therefore I'm going to have to take Florida off of the mighty United States of America. And if I bump them out of great power, that'll be a win too, because right now I don't think it's cool that they get to ride the great power train. We do have a nice opportunity here to finally annex El Salvador because we can add war goal, restore order. Oh, El Salvador, you should have never joined the Americans because it really screwed you. Who was president in 1881? I have no idea, but whoever it is, they're sitting pretty in Washington, D.C. right now, reading the reports. We're losing to Mexico again. They're freaking out, and I love it. I think the Federal Republic of Central America has lasted too long. It's a bit of an abomination, and it's getting annexed. That is the most beautiful Central America I've ever created in any map game. And now America's willing to peace out with me. I got Florida and I got Mississippi. Awesome. Did not realize that America still owned this piece of Louisiana. And I just inadvertently created maybe the worst border gore in the history of map games. I wish that I could just look away forever like I typically do when there's border gore in Victoria 2. Like, I haven't looked at Europe in forever, but I can't. This is my own country. I'm forced to stare at my own failure forever and ever and ever. And America didn't even drop from great power. That's a joke, and not even a funny one. This decision says modernize the Mexican army. So far, the Mexican army has been hard-pressed to defeat the prowess of its enemies. What are you talking about? We defeated the United States of America twice. We crushed Latin America. I don't think that the people who wrote these decisions really have watched any of the games so far. It still gives me buffs, so I'm going to put up with it. Fine, I'll rebuild the Mexican army. So, France has called me in against the Germans in the Franco-Prussian War. This is going to go badly. France is not going to win. And meanwhile, America also declared war on me for their cores back. Another American defeat, and now I get Alabama. Yeah, that has significantly improved the borders, and I'm sure that it is giving the Americans a lot of pain. Whatever will they do without the things that happen in Alabama? The French don't have a lot of troops, but I think they can mobilize a lot of divisions, so I do think they're a powerful asset that I can use to defeat Spain. I'm going to declare war on Spain, take all my cores back, call in all my allies, including France, and we're going to make a big splash. This is honestly something I never thought I'd see. France and Mexico fighting together to gain Spanish colonies away from the evil Spanish Empire. I do like it though. It's a lot of fun to watch the French beat up Spain here. I haven't done anything. Took all my cores from Spain. This is completely glorious. This looks so much better than it did when Spain had it. My Cuba, my Puerto Rico, and most importantly, my Philippines. So we've become sixth great power. And honestly, I think it's insane that we haven't become it earlier within the game, but it does unlock this decision where we can form a Hispanic Union with all of the Hispanic nations in Central America. I'm going to click the button. So here's what that did. Basically, it just passed out a bunch of cores. The only problem is some of these cores are owned by Brazil. That's not cool. Because I can't form my super empire yet, I'm going to declare war on the United States, take Louisiana and end the gross borders, call in all the homies. I'll give them this. The Americans do keep fighting. Every time I declare war on them, they come out with some silly new strategy that they can beat me with. But you know, it's Victoria 2, so I just mobilize the troops. We get them all here in Laredo where I have them all meet, and we slowly and carefully invade everything. Well, believe it or not, the real reason I declared this war in America was not to get this piece of Louisiana. That's honestly pretty worthless. The real reason was so I could annex Haiti. I'm gonna annex them. And now I can piece out the America on the back end. There we go. Huge Mexico. Very cool, with the Dominican Republic and Haiti. Egypt has westernized this game, and they're dunking on the Ottoman Empire. I'm proud of you, Egypt. If you form the Arab Union, I'll be really proud of you, because I did that and it was somewhat difficult. You would think that America wouldn't connect their railroads to me after the horrible things I've done to them throughout this game, but for whatever reason, they still are. I know it's just the default placement of the railroads, but in Victoria 3, if they could change it so they kind of make more sense based on the geopolitical situations, I think that would be an awesome addition to the game. I will say, though, that for the last couple years, it feels like an America game. The country kind of runs on autopilot. We're on laissez-faire right now, and there's only 3 bankrupt factories, and they're all in, like, the West Indies and Puerto Rico, who is currently sieged down entirely by rebels. I've been spending the last couple years spearing a bunch of nations in South America. Basically, I have everything along the Pacific here except for Chile, who is still influenced by the Russians of all people, and Paraguay and Venezuela. I don't know, I can't get them, but we're going to click the button anyway. This is a Hispanic Union between all of the former Spanish colonies, gives us prestige, and there we go. We have annexed everything except for Bolivia, for some reason. That just gave us several million more pops, a bunch more territory, and this cool new color. I'm very happy with it, except if you can see on the diplomatic map mode, we do have cores elsewhere. Venezuela, Guyana, Chile, Bolivia, Paraguay, Uruguay, and even this piece of Brazil. Ugh, Brazil. I think the game is bugged here. So basically, I have my troops. I want to walk them into Colombia. I can walk them as far as the southernmost part of Panama, but I can't walk them into Colombia for some reason. I don't know why this is. There might not be a land bridge between these two territories. Like, it might not be coded into the game. This gave us tons and tons and tons of decisions to make that just increase the population, give us better RGOs, give us more money. I think we're going to be absolutely broken after this. I would say that this is a beautiful creation, except Bolivia and Chile kind of mess up the borders. So because of this little transportation bug, I have to manually load my troops onto the boats, then pull them out into the harbor, and then I can drop them off like 3 miles away, and then they can go south. First stop on the warpath is, sadly, Bolivia. They have to be annexed so we can extend our empire from the North Pole to Patagonia. It's like Cape to Cairo, but instead even longer and in the Americas. Alright, that's our territory connected. Now the more challenging part is how do we get the other Hispanic states within my country? For Russia, maybe they'll get dumped from great power. I don't know about that, but they're 8th, so it might happen. Paraguay will have to go after the Americans for, I think that's in the cards, just not right now because my military got demolished in the mountains. Venezuela will be the hardest because I really don't know how to fight the British, and my navy looks pretty good, but it's not actually good because I haven't done any navy tech. With the yellow color, I honestly feel like we've become Spain. We have all of their colonies, even the Philippines. Now what? We just need like Western Africa. Western Sahara is taken by the Austrians and they can keep it because there is nothing there. Actually, how did Austria pull that off? They colonized Western Sahara without owning a port. Real smooth, Austria. May have accidentally caused the Great War to start. It's between myself, France, and nobody else versus Britain, the Ottoman Empire, and I think Russia. To be honest, I could care less about the Great War. I think it's just gonna go the way of France getting full siege and then nothing else happens. I have to fight in Canada, but basically what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna use this as an opportunity to declare war on the nations within the Russian and British sphere, separate piece them, and then get my cores back. My first target shall be Venezuela, because if I declare war on them, it'll create a separate war in which I can annex them without British involvement because I'm already at war with the British. Is this an exploit? I don't know. I guess the British, if they really wanted, could come stop me. Oh, and that is exactly what they did. American liberation of Alabama. This could not have come at a worse time for me. Cue that stupid TikTok sound that's like, nothing can go wrong, and then, oh no, it all went wrong, because that is what is happening right now. I feel that the Hispanic Union's time on this earth is limited. All right, here's the question of the day. Should there be an SGT TikTok where I put the shorts that I make for YouTube? Yes or no in the comment section. I know some of you probably don't like TikTok. I feel like I should show more of my military tactics in the video. So basically, I'm letting the Americans get into my territory, then I'm establishing these long lines of a couple provinces. So like here I had Rio Rojo, Nogales, Jackson, Montgomery, and Pensacola. And basically what I was doing was I set up a line. I waited for the Americans to attack one point in the line. Here that's Jackson. And then I moved in the troops from Nogales, and eventually if I need to, I'll move them in from Montgomery too, from both sides, to create a battle where I'm numerically superior and I get the defense debuffs. And I do this like in between their lines or in front of their advance to stop them. Up here I'm playing damage control because I can't really take more land because I'm outnumbered here significantly. So what I would think about doing is surrounding these troops here and then invading from all sides with my own forces. But up here, we're gonna win in the south and then move upward, I think. And then at the same time, I know that I can take some losses up there because after I finish Venezuela, I will be able to recall all of these troops further north, only leaving a couple divisions here and there to defend. We'll annex Venezuela. I'm gonna grab Guyana for fun. So I found and I'm currently defeating the United States Navy. The AI in this game does put way too much stress on how important their Navy is. So basically what I can do now is I can click on the United States, add war goal, acquire state late, click Georgia, because that's the one I want, propose peace. And because they don't have a navy anymore, they think that I outgunned them a bunch and I'm gonna kill them in the war, even though we're severely losing over here. So we're gonna peace out, we're gonna take Georgia, and America just got pranked. Nice one. I tell you, those are some nice looking borders over there. I've come up with another method to troll the Americans. So you know how I have cores on Paraguay and they're in the spear of America? Yeah, restore order. America either has two choices. They can let me have Paraguay, or they can invade me and go up against all of my mobilized divisions that I was able to field early because I'm at war with half the world in the Great War. Seems America's gone with the non-interventionist path. That either tells me that they really don't care about Paraguay, or that instead they just care about keeping South Carolina, because I would have taken South Carolina if I went to war with them again. Next up on the conquest plate is Chile. Okay, Chile is gone, and that leaves one nation that is left within South America that owns my cores, and it's Brazil. In the middle of a war, it wants me to change my capital. I think we're gonna put it in Central America, just because it's the most central. I'm quite upset that this exists. I want to be able to walk my troops through here. We're going to put our capital in Panama City. Why not? It's the furthest from the Americans, so that's a win. And after I take out Brazil here, hopefully there will be no more conflict in South America ever. There we go. Why does it look like this? Why do I have the Polish corridor, but in frickin' South America, why do they have this little tiny piece of Colombia/Venezuela? That's actually Venezuela. And why does this arm exist? I've played a lot of games in South America, and these are the most cursed borders I've ever seen in any of them. I hate it. See, I thought my navy would be good, but in fact, my navy was not good, so we just got clapped. Didn't think I'd be invading Africa this game, but here I am. France lost to the British, and I can't end this great war. It's so bad. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you win a naval battle. Minus 19 ships, they lost 97 ships. I just called Japan into the war. Maybe that'll change something. Maybe they'll invade Russia, or maybe the United Kingdom will gain some common sense and peace out before they lose everything. You know what? Let's get Spain in here too. Maybe they'll be able to siege down this portion of Africa that's occupied by the British. This is really a great moment. Spain and I guess France also, both invading British colonies. It's good we could get past our differences, Spain, and do something good together. Meanwhile, in East Asia, Japan is crushing the poor Russians. And that's it! The British are willing to peace out with me. That must be very humiliating for them, if I'm being completely honest. I bet they'll have their prime minister resign. Just like a certain other prime minister who, was forced to resign not too long ago. Sorry, people who live in Britain. Your prime minister, I like to laugh at Boris Johnson a lot. And now it's 1935. The game is basically over. We defeated the British, so there's nothing left for me to do. This was awesome. One of the best Victoria 2 A to Z nations we've played in a long time. It felt like a classic South America game, but you were much more powerful, and we accomplished a lot, I think. Over the British, we got these Jamaican islands, or I guess they're just called the West Indies, Caribbean islands, I don't know. We got Alaska, because I wanted it. Number one great power. I feel like it's been a while since I've done that, especially with one in all of the categories. Some of you guys like to see the pie charts, so here they are. I think it's interesting that our craftsmen didn't get that high this game, but we still have 4,000 industrial score, which is nothing to scoff at. Oh yeah, we also puppeted Canada when we won the war. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Please like and subscribe if you're enjoying the video. When we get 7,500, which we're fast approaching to, I'll to Jan Mayen. I don't know why I agreed to that. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!